Do you ever think about every person you talk to is putting on an act, a total show?
It's a problem.
At 71, Jerry Seinfeld names his 6 favorite comedians.
And Paul Reiser, a good friend of mine, said to me years later, he says, that's when I realized what a real comedian is.
For decades, Jerry Seinfeld has dissected the rhythm of funny like a scientist. No gimmicks, no setups with training wheels, just silence, timing, and the truth. It's why Paul Reiser once told him, that's when I realized what a real comedian is. He doesn't curse, he doesn't chase applause. Jerry Seinfeld just listens, then lands the line, and once it hits, it's airtight. But beyond the craft, there's a deeper loyalty. His list of the greats. It's not about popularity, it's about purity. Music is mathematical, and so is stand-up. He's watched thousands, but only a few made him stop, rewind, and say, that's the real stuff. The kind that's funny in 1965, 1995, and tomorrow. Number 1, Richard Pryor, the North Star. Seinfeld puts him first because Pryor didn't just raise the bar, he was the bar. Some comedians tell jokes. Richard Pryor told the truth and made it damn funny. Seinfeld called him the purest stand-up ever. Watching Pryor wasn't like watching a stand-up, it was like watching someone confess. He didn't chase punchlines, he chased honesty. Pryor once said, the truth is funny, it's the lies that get you in trouble. Seinfeld absorbed his rhythm, his silence, his fearlessness. Pryor's sets were orchestral. They had range, build-up, heartbreak. He burned the room down and still made you feel safe. He didn't just change comedy, he changed comedians. No matter how polished a new act is, Seinfeld measures it against one question. Would Richard Pryor have laughed? Number 2, George Carlin, the thinker. Jerry Seinfeld never wanted to be political, but he never stopped admiring the man who made it an art form. George Carlin didn't tell jokes, he detonated them. He turned language into a scalpel and dissected everything. Carlin once said, I think it's the duty of the comedian to find out where the line is drawn and cross it deliberately. Seinfeld watched him like a student watches a master, not for the shock, but for the structure. Carlin was surgical. His delivery was like watching a jazz drummer who also happens to be holding a grenade. He never begged for laughs. He never softened the edges. Carlin wrote manifestos, not material. He reminded Seinfeld how to go timeless. Number 3, Don Rickles, the razor-sharp roaster. There's funny, and then there's fearless. Don Rickles didn't warm up an audience, he set it on fire. On paper it was chaos, insulting everyone by race, religion, gender. But in the room it felt like brutal, fast, honest jazz. Seinfeld said watching Rickles was like watching a guy walk a tightrope and pour gasoline while he's doing it. The catch? Rickles never punched down. His insults were a connection. Everyone was fair game, and everyone left loving him more. He called Seinfeld a wire hanger with a voice, and Jerry said it was the greatest moment of his life. Rickles never wrote a sitcom. What he had couldn't be bottled, it had to be witnessed. He makes the list because he made danger funny. Number 4, Bill Cosby, the blueprint. Before the headlines, there was the voice.
We might say, yeah, Brother Andy, we're going to do this over and so on. But we don't want the white people laughing at us.
Cosby didn't do characters or punchlines. He told slow, sprawling, deceptively simple stories that brought rooms to complete silence. Seinfeld once said, he could hold an audience with nothing, just a word, a breath, a pause. Cosby's strength was rhythm. He built tension with pauses and made laughter out of a sandwich or a childhood bath. For a young Seinfeld, Cosby was the blueprint for structure and control. He showed you didn't need to shout to be heard. You just needed to speak with authority. Though the legacy fractured, Seinfeld acknowledged the artist that once was and the role that artist played in shaping an entire generation. This list is a record of what shaped him, not a defense of what came after. Number 5, Gary Shandling, the spiritual comic. Some comics want laughs. Gary Shandling wanted the silence after the laugh, the pause where the audience realized something had just hit deeper. Seinfeld called him the most spiritual comic he ever met. He didn't chase jokes, he searched for them. Shandling brought introspection to stand-up. His on-screen persona was the real one, neurotic, searching, painfully self-aware. He didn't flatten himself for the audience, he gave them all the angles. He taught Seinfeld that silence isn't failure, it's space. Space for something meaningful to land. He changed comedians because he was one of the most original voices, saying real things instead of wild things. Number 6, Brian Regan, pure funny. If Seinfeld is the surgeon, Brian Regan is the acrobat. He doesn't walk onto a stage. He bounds, eyes wide, limbs flailing. He's inside the joke. Seinfeld called him one of the funniest stand-up comedians alive, period. Regan stays clean and still destroys every room he walks into. It's not a limitation, it's a superpower. His delivery is slapstick, but his writing is bulletproof. He looks beside the audience, baffled by everyday stupidity just like them. He doesn't curse to be cool, he just is funny, pure funny. In an industry full of noise, that is rare. The loudest laugh often comes from the simplest truth, delivered by the guy with wide eyes, bent knees, and a perfect sense of timing. These 6 weren't just funny, they were essential. They pushed the art form forward by being unmistakably themselves. No disguises, no formulas, just raw, brilliant timing and a voice no one could imitate. That's the real test, isn't it? If someone else can't do what you do, you've done it right. Which comedy legends shaped your sense of humor? Let us know in the comments below.